You wake up tired, you go to work tired, you come home tired, and somehow you still manage to take care of everybody else. You answer the phone, you handle the problems, you pay the bills, you make all the damn decisions. You show up, you smile, you keep pushing forward, and everybody keeps telling you how strong you are. Does any of that sound familiar? I bet it does because I know it sounds familiar from myself. But what they don't know is that you are one inconvenience away from completely losing it. And the scary part, you don't even recognize yourself in it damn more. You are depleted. Sis, you might not be lazy and you might not be unmotivated. And you might not even need another planner, another morning routine, or motivational speech, right? Or any form of any damn affirmations. You might be stuck in survival mode. And today we're going to talk about what survival mode actually looks like. And why so many strong women don't realize they're living in it. And most importantly, how do you finally get out? It's the 4th of, after the 4th of July, and people are still shooting off fireworks, so we gotta love it, right? But let's get into this conversation and talk about it. Welcome back to Resilient Confidence Podcast with Coach KD. I am Kika Drake, a certified life and motivation coach who specializes in confidence coaching, right? And identity development. I help emotionally exhausted women rebuild not only their confidence, but reconnect with their identity, learn how to trust themselves again, and stop living their lives entirely in survival mode. In this conversation, woo child, it's going to be a 3-part series of you're stuck in survival mode and don't even realize it. But this series is one that's personal for me. And let me tell you why. Because I know what it feels like to survive so long that survival starts feeling normal. I've experienced divorce. I've experienced toxic relationships, depression, anxiety, let me see what else, financial struggles, hell, and even losing every damn thing. And at one point in my life, and I'm not even ashamed to say this anymore, I found myself homeless, living in a homeless shelter with my youngest daughter. So when I talk about survival mode, I'm not talking about something I read from a textbook. I'm talking about what happens when life, yes, life, hits you. And then not only hits you, it has the audacity to hit your ass again. And then after it hits you again, it has more audacity and says, oh, you thought I was finished? And somehow you keep getting back up, right? But here's the problem nobody talks about. You can become so good at surviving that you forget how to live. So let me paint a picture for you. Because survival mode doesn't always look like somebody crying in the bathroom or having a complete breakdown, right? Sometimes survival mode can look very successful. Sometimes it looks productive. And other times it looks like a woman who everybody admires, right? The one who has it all together, the one who is good at their job, the business, the one who has, the great children, and who's able to handle their responsibilities. The woman every damn body calls when something goes wrong, right? Does any of that sound familiar? But meanwhile, that same woman, she is sitting in her car for 20 damn minutes before walking into a house because she doesn't have the emotional energy to be needed by one more person. That is what you call survival mode. And I used to know it all too well. Um, you keep saying you're tired, but sleep doesn't fix whatever the hell you tired from, right? You keep saying you need a vacation, right? But you already know the 3 days after your damn vacation, you're going to feel exactly the same. And I know it because I was that woman. So I'm speaking off of personal experience, and I'm speaking off of being a confidence coach because these are the type of things that I speak to women about. You want to make changes in your life, but you can't seem to make yourself do anything. And then you start beating yourself up. You start to ask the questions of, what's wrong with me? Why can't I get motivated? Why do I keep procrastinating at the same damn thing or about the same damn thing? You ask, why can't I get my life together and sis? Sometimes you're not struggling because you don't know what to do. Sometimes you're struggling because you spend so much time responding to emergencies that you've forgotten how to intentionally create life, right? And there's a huge difference between the two. So here's my question for you, right? What part of yourself did you lose while you were busy surviving? I want you to answer that questions in the comments. Give me your real response because sometimes the first step towards finding yourself again is finally admitting that you've been missing, right? So take heed to that. And also, if this episode spoke to you in any type of way, share with the woman who's always saying, girl, I'm fine. Because the chances are, real talk, that she needs to hear this conversation more than you could ever even imagine or more than you could ever even know. And if you're ready to rebuild your confidence, reconnect with your identity, and finally stop living your entire life in survival mode, make sure you subscribe to Resilient Confidence Podcast with Coach KD. Because around here, baby, I don't pretend healing is pretty. We tell the truth, we do the work, and we rebuild. I'll see you next episode, and I love you. You wake up tired. You are not tired. You come home tired. And then your ass is tired.